friends. Welcome to the Brand Side. Yet another episode, Brand Side, where we have our special guest, Mr. Ankur Baruah.
Hi Siddharth.
Hello, Ankur.
Hi Siddharth. How are you?
I'm fine. Thank you so much. Yeah, so today's topic is none other than creativity and artificial intelligence. And what we have with us is, can machine replace brand thinking? If yes, what's going to happen with the jobs? What people are doing right now, the creative writers, the copywriters, directors, content creators, it is changing the entire landscape. So, Ankur, my first question to you today is, if we look at AI from this perspective, what is your opinion about it?
AI obviously has been a breakthrough in terms of how you look at things or how you kind want to do your things. If you talk about our industry, AI has been quite disruptive. There were murmurs of technology coming in handy, like when traditional advertising was there, it was more very print oriented, or you make some videos and all. As the times move, post the millennium thing happened, the computers came in really handy, and the way you had designing work and your video production also improved a lot. And now with this AI thing coming in, from the last 1 or 2 years, people are kind of trying out crazy things. They've been doing really some really cool stuff. And but yes, on the hindsight, there has been talks of, is AI going to replace our creative fraternity, our way of thinking, our way of working? So AI has come with a lot of mixed bag. It's like a mixed bag of feelings. If you want to really dive deep into what's AI and what's the possibility does AI have, because AI is infinite. AI doesn't have a beginning or an end point. We uh, actually frankly didn't see it coming so soon, so fast, so quick on the table. And we don't know when it's going to end, because we don't see any end. Personally, I don't see any
Uh,
end.
I, I don't see any end around, but
Yeah,
what I
yeah,
really feel is, it is going to have, it's an evolving stage for AI also. But few questions,
yeah,
in
yeah.
our last episode, you said a very simple words, you said most brand do not have a voice. They just have noise that they are making. Now, when the AI is around, do you think, are we getting more noise, or finally we're getting better clarity of brand and their thinking?
I think
How
we're still the same. It's just the rat race being made a little more glamorous with the AI.
Mhm.
I think most of the agencies, most of the marketing consultants or social media agencies, or whatever you want to call yourself, you are a video producer or whatever. So everybody is, I think, seemingly taken up key. I'll do AI. I have AI. I'll give you AI solutions, but nobody is cutting through. Nobody is thinking through. Everybody is just clocking their hours, just joining the red race. I know AI, so I'll give you AI solutions. That's it. Because nobody, as I said, it's just pure noise. It's too much of clutter happening, because
Right now,
every
us we
other
get
every
too
other
much of
consultant.
noise. And every now and then you will see that there are so many new branding agencies are cropping up. They say that we do AI, we do this, we do that, and not just that, they use all the tools to create all those gimmicks
Even
around.
there are agencies, there are people who are more blatant. They have started seeing themselves ki we are an AI empowered agencies, we are
Yeah,
AI empowered consultants. Because you look at any piece of communication that's happening in the market today, because me being a writer myself, I know when there is a AI thing, so we can make out, because AI writes it, it gives you like tons of copies, but somewhere down the line it doesn't have that finish or that human touch to it. Because see, AI, chat GPT or any other thing, you just get the free downloaded stuff, and you can just create any ABCD, anything. You just plaster it on your brand communication and you just roll it out. So,
yeah.
and at the end of the day, said Kini, my business is going on. I'm getting numbers, whatever the numbers are, or I'm getting my revenue. So, I'm not bothered about it. So, AI is just like, if I can say,
Well, saying
It's
that we do not bother about it is a tough word, actually, if you ask me,
no,
really.
it's
We
like
try
that brand
to
new.
please.
It's like that brand new
So the
toffee that
saying,
you give.
it doesn't going to matter or it doesn't going to impact. I think it is a tough
You
word.
know, this is my perception of the business that's over the last 6 months or so.
Hmm.
It's like, as I said, it's like a new brand of chocolate that you give out to the children, and everybody is after that candy. You know, कि
Yeah.
मुझे भी चाहिए. I also
मुझे
want that piece of candy. I also want to taste it, and I want to do wonders with it. So,
yeah.
there are
But you know
people.
that as advertising change perception, so if we are giving new candy, of course, if
No,
if
no.
if
See, I
kids get
see.
hooked to it, then
I'm
you
not
have it.
against. I'm not against AI. I am.
Yeah.
My thing is how you're using AI, because see, there is something called human intelligence and there is artificial intelligence.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
whenever you're going out to buy any fruit juice, so
Uh,
normally we don't bother to flip it around and see if there are natural
uh,
preservatives or artificial preservatives. So
yes.
AI
Yes.
is like a piece of juice. We just have got this juice. We have just
Yeah.
taken it up. We don't see we have kind of shut down our natural intelligence, and we are
Yeah.
kind of more getting into artificial, because I think this is more like an escape. We don't want to
So
do hard work.
what you're trying to say is that we need to go through the basic ingredients of it, what it contains, how it is being preserved,
Yeah,
what is
because
the pricing, when
my
is the
yeah
expiry of it. So all those elements are.
my fear is we have actually shut the doors on our thinking. We have
Ah,
stopped thinking as a human beings. We have left it to the AI, because see, AI is also, it's like very mischievous in terms of, AI is in front of you, AI is front of me. So
mm,
as you do your prompts or your thinking, so AI will just gather information, it'll just bomb it out, whatever has been processed. So I think somewhere down the line, it's quite a tech marvel that's come to our lives, but we also need to be judicious enough to use our brains to kind of
yeah,
work it
but
together.
one thing is very clear. Let's address it. We need to address it. Let's address that the elephant is there in the room. Now AI can generate, you talk about ad copies, you talk about brand campaigns, you talk about social media content. It's all very tough for saying that, AI can't do that particular thing or this particular thing. You need to train it also. That's obviously we'll cover that as well. But what is left for creative professionals? How do we justify our work? I mean, that's a tedious task. It is not just doing work, but to proving again and again, even after so many years, that if you get your work done from me, is going to make a lot of difference. Don't you think so? What do you say on that?
I think we have to be really smart enough, or as I say, being adaptive to this technology is going to take you further. Like, I can't close my eyes, or no one can close their eyes. Ki AI is not happening, or AI is not there. We can't be
It
so
happened.
naive in saying, because AI is there and it has got into the work structure. Yes, I admit, it has made lives easier, because if you just want anything, so you can just quickly uh, get on AI and start doing stuff. So
You
yes,
know,
my point is key, we have to work hand in hand. It has to
yeah,
be
hand in
more.
hand. That's more like an assistant. You make it more like an assistant, but yes, you need to understand that as well. Let me challenge you. Let me challenge that, and not just that. I mean, let's say there's a situation where there is a new startup coming up, and then he says that I'm looking at promoting my brand. So instead of hiring an agency where I have to do an initial time spending with them, making them understand the product need, market, this, that, all the the various bars of this particular industry, the data that I need to feed them. So why don't I feed my own brain, I mean my AI brain, and generate 100 copies probably in 10
even
minutes with AI.
even yeah
And
even
why should
even
I, the question is, why should I, he has a question, why should I hire those heavy weight champions? Why should I hire them? So how do we counter back?
See, even I'm sure you must be using ChatGPT or Claude. Like, even at the end of the response, they do say, even the ChatGPT is quite, forthcoming when it says ki we can also make mistakes. So please do check before you kind of copy paste that stuff and put onto your thing. So
True.
AI is kind of, yes, it's very fast, but slowly but surely it's also replacing a lot of people, because people have got that feeling key the work that 10 people used to do, AI can do that, that single AI source can take care of
Yes.
a lot of jobs in just
And
minutes.
you had many trainee writers below you who used to work for you. Okay, you draft this, I give you a separate idea to draft that. Now, if you ask AI, he understands you very well. He tells you, what kind of
See,
feel you want, what kind of, I suggest you five fields. There's a suggestion coming. That's even more challenging. Now, are we saying that AI is going to replace execution process? Is that true?
no, it has to be handheld. AI can't do anything on its own.
Okay.
AI can give you solutions, AI can give you faster solutions, AI can show you the way, but
Mhm.
to make it more kind of rounded and to bring it to the finishing line, yes, human intervention has to be there.
Has to
Because
be.
as I said, AI is a tool. AI is not a replacement. If you're thinking AI is going to replace us, I don't know where it's going to lead to, but I think AI is more empowering us. It has to, we have to see it as a more of an empowerer rather than overpower.
So idea is to address it like a tool rather than as a solution
See,
to a
as
problem.
a human being, we have a tendency to be very submissive. Ki anything that is greater than us, we tend to ki okay, this is going to rule us. But uh, I think as a creative professional, or for that matter, anyone on the planet who are doing things or want to make things happen, they have to really smartly use this AI tool. Rather than being very submissive and saying, ki, okay, you do the job, I am just doing my gardening or cooking some dishes or making coffee, and AI is taking care of the coffee. But I think you have to be smart enough and
But
judicious enough
but
and
we have to be
well
scared
equipped.
enough also, smart enough as
Sorry?
well as scared enough, because tomorrow you might find a owning a robo who can probably do all your work, and you probably be doing gardening. I mean, for that matter.
Nee, see, people are still doing their job because see, there is AI hasn't completely overtaken the planet of
Hmm.
people who are workers. You're still
True.
behind the mic. There is still an office running, which you're there. I'm still sitting and doing my work, which means an AI is not key. It's like it came in yesterday or day before yesterday. AI is still there, but yes, I'm saying key. I think now is a good time to test our intelligence, or how much you can stretch our imagination or our power of thinking. I think
Mhm.
AI is also throwing a challenge at us. We are more superior, more powerful than you. We can do more faster work. So I think if we take it like a competition, I think this time also gives us a good chance to test ourselves as humans, as creators, as producers or whatever you want to call yourself. you know so I
No,
think
with the coming of artificial intelligence, at times people are watching themselves, as if they have really gone hayway, or what they did practice for so many years is now, coming just like that, and it is going to be a very this thing, So ideally, what perception audience should make out of it, rather, because this particular podcast is being viewed not only by the industry guys but also by the brands who are willing to come to the market, or
see
probably who are in the startup stage or
AI
in an
AI
escalation stage. Yeah.
AI is also kind of targeting the inherent thing of our humans, which is basically our laziness.
Yeah.
There is something called being reactive and being proactive.
Yeah.
Abhi, most of us are being very reactive when the AI thing is happening. We are
Mhm.
just reacting to things. Okay, so AI can do this, so let's use AI. AI can
Mhm.
do this, so let's do that. We are not being very kind of proactive in terms of ki how that tool is doing something, and we can help use that tool in doing something which will be kind of adding to our work, to our stature, to our whatever things that we do. So
Yeah.
I think most of the players are very being very reactive, rather than being very proactive. We're just letting it happen, just sitting back and being just watching things happen and being reactive all the time. So I think somewhere down the line, we as mature people and who are good, got a good head on our soldiers. So I think it's high time to think for ourselves and work out a way where we don't let AI overpower. You know, it's like the classic Terminator movie that we saw, like say 30
Yeah.
years back, where the robots were all over the place and we just looked out for a savior to come back from time and save us. I think
Yeah,
that,
but one thing is there in my mind. I mean, understanding that yes, there were movies in the past that we saw, and we now, feel that those kind of things are seriously coming our way now, and we see them coming because with the change and the reduced gap between the technology and the usage has really widened the brain, where working has gone more smarter and more
yeah,
active in our time. So, but one thing I would like to know, Ankur, from you is, understanding that AI can do everything probably one can think of in our industry, but then any one thing that you would say that no matter how advanced it becomes, particularly this particular thing cannot be done by AI. Just one thing which comes to your mind.
I think uh, something like the pure human emotions, that
Okay.
bonding, when it comes to kind of when I say to adapt, AI can move like us.
Mm.
AI might think like us, but can AI cry like us, or can AI make faces like us, or being, uh, that's a matter of concern. Yes, but I'm surely AI will be evolving into humans. But somewhere
Yeah.
down the line, when it comes to making human connections, I think AI has a lot of catching up to do. You know,
So one thing that you're trying to say is that yes, a brain can be planned, programmed, taught,
it can be
but how do they,
manipulated.
how do one teaches emotions to the brain? Because it's
See,
not
nobody can
brain's work.
touch, nobody can teach you emotions.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not brain's work. So if it is not brain's work, then brain cannot train emotions. We cannot train emotions to the brain. But is creativity actually about only writing in our industry, or probably understanding
Creativity,
the
I
this
think, is
design
about
part,
is
creativity, or
creative.
other things? Yeah,
Creativity is all about making a change through something. Anything, any kind of action. You write, you draw,
mm,
you make something, you create something, you motivate someone to do something, or people. So I think
yeah.
that's creativity. It's not just about writing, or or creating something, or just making faces blindly. So I think somewhere down the line, creativity is all about making a change, and also how that creative uh, turns into a moment, into a movement, and then people might get inspired from that creativity. So I think that's creativity
So
for you.
probably
Yeah.
a movement to a emotion to a engagement, and engagement to an action.
Correct.
Perhaps this is
Correct.
the route that you were saying.
Abhi,
Yes.
Abhi, Abhi,
How?
Abhi, Abhi,
Yeah.
it's everybody is like just blindly following AI. Matlab,
Yeah.
every other day you open YouTube or your phone, or you
Yeah,
go
it
out,
is
you're out in
full
the
of new
mall.
things coming up, and people are saying that gone are the days you forget this software, you forget that software. Now AI is going to do everything for you. You think of it, you just tell the brain, and the brain is going to solve it. But one basic understanding that I want to know from you, perhaps you would give me a better idea on this, put throw some light on it. How human psychology is being drafted or trained, given that particular impression to the artificially trained brain. Do you think that moments will also come when the system can probably
See, there are
react
there
to a situation?
there are a lot of scary things also that's happening around AI. Like, a few days back, I was reading an article where a guy in UK gave up his life. I
Hmm.
think he was going through some family problems, so he started chatting with an imaginary character in ChatGPT. So, that character started giving him advice, how
Yeah.
you should build yourself. And finally, that character, artificial
Mhm.
character said, it's time to become a robot like us. So you have to
Yeah.
give up on your human body. And so he committed suicide, thinking that AI will
That's very
save.
scary. That's highly
So
scary.
AI can manipulate.
Yeah.
So see, but that also kinds of also reaffirms the fact, how you're interacting with AI. Because when you
So
start interacting with AI also starts reading you. Because
yeah.
if Siddharth today starts kind of feeding something, your feelings to AI, over a
Yeah.
period of time, AI will know how Siddharth is going to think tomorrow, or he's thinking right now, or
Yeah.
he's doing next, or what. So he can manipulate you easily. So, but then again, then again, it's all human intervention, it's all human feeding that needs to be done. So AI is incomplete without us, and we also, at this time, we're also incomplete without AI. So,
So do
you
you
know,
understand we need to have certain boundaries, certain guidelines,
yes,
certain
yes.
compliances for such tech-oriented things? Because the other day I was going through a document, and I came to know that I was going through various contents, and I went through one which came to my mind, and which was saying, every country, you talk about region like China, you talk about UAE, the Middle East, and you talk about India. So all these countries are now imposing their children to go through artificial intelligence as a courseware. Now when that comes to you, and how scary it becomes, or how effective it becomes. I mean, there are two ways. I mean, there are two faces of the same coin, I must say. It can be scary, it can be beneficial also. So how do you react to that?
It's scary, yes, because we need to have some boundaries. Because, as I said, AI is limitless, and if you don't set the boundaries, it might cross it and might interfere. It's already interfering in our lives. I mean, there is a joke flying, AI is going to take up our jobs,
Mm.
and AI is going to take up our emotions. AI is going to get into our relationships. So AI is going to replace everything. So
Yeah, if that is happening, then education, how it is going to impact that as well.
yeah, people are still so chat gpt is like the new Google. So anything that you have, you just
Mm.
go into chat gpt key, you're asking for solutions, you know. But then again, see, this is like an endless discourse. We can go on debating about the good and bads of AI. But my point is always key. In workplace we all collaborate. We have been collaborating with a lot of people with different expertise. So we can always look at AI as an expertise, and we have to see key how well we can use that.
Mhm.
See, human brain also is limitless, because in today's era people are using AI more for doing harm than doing good.
Then
Because
do it. Correct.
if I go into political campaigns or
Mm.
political work, people are using AI to malign people. People are using AI to create fake stories, fake videos, fake narratives, which is
Yes.
doing more harm. Because yes, there are people using AI for good work, like say for geotagging or geo monitoring, or doing research, or creating some plans and roadmaps. But
So
I see people using AI for more harm rather than for more good.
compliance is one thing that you certainly suggest. There has to be compliance set by the government. There has to be
Yeah,
certain boundaries set by the user.
because I feeling
To be,
I feel we are just scratching the surface of AI right now.
yeah. And one thing which comes to my mind is today, there was a time when we used to see campaigns coming our way, and some teasers used to come, and then suddenly something happens, and we see at various levels, be it the radio or a television or press or print media. So there was a campaign used to be planned. Now, in today's date, what I've seen is that brands are doing a lot of things. Everyone is posting certain things. They are making reels, writing captions, and so many things. But people, but all of them, it's going to have a very less recall value. So do you think, are we really evolving at that point, or it's really making just the noise, and just another content, and probably no shelf life?
I think it's pure noise, as you rightly said. With too much of content comes in too much of clutter, and with too much of clutter in front of your eyes, even your mind gets clutter. It's like that. The classic case of trying to get your attention. So I
Yeah.
think, then again, the right message, the right visual, the right communication will always be at the forefront. But again, people are doing a lot of things with AI. Even we have seen a lot of social media campaigns or videos going haywire, because they have just left it to AI key, you do the work, we'll
Yeah.
just sit back and enjoy. So we can
I
see
remember
some
in
really
in
bad
our
work coming out in
yeah,
the market.
I remember. Sorry, I remember. I'm sorry, I'm bothering you once. Just a barging here. One thing I remember, in the times, in the initial times, we see where the campaign directors or the campaign owners are so to call the creative directors and the basic think tanks behind the brands. Okay, they used to think about the brand, take a break, go out, only think about brand and people and connect and come up with something which is highly innovative. But in today's era, where we have a very less of thinking and too much of noise, so don't you think that industry is actually going to a black hole? I mean, where uh, where one is going to lead? I mean, it's a dark area that we have.
See, I believe although AI has no end, this process is surely going to end, because I think after a point of time there'll be saturation. You know,
Mm.
people will again, these are all fads or some kind of things that normally happen, because after before 2000 there were very less intervention of computers.
Yeah.
The millennium era came.
Mm.
There was a lot of digitalization that happened in terms of work and all. A lot of old things were getting replaced. I think same thing is happening right now with AI. A lot of working has changed. The
Yeah.
speed has increased. There's a lot of interventions that are happening. But yes, we have to adapt, and uh, we have to move. Yes, that's a reality check that we have to do on ourselves, rather than just sitting back and wondering ki, what will AI do? Is AI going to take up our jobs, or?
Also, now with this evolution happening around next door, I want to know, since you have been working for corporates, founders, brands, startups, etc., do you think now nowadays in today's era, people are brand our clients are cautious enough to understand and value creativity, or they are just focused on their run of the mill, where they just want to finish the work and just complete and
It's a
get it on.
mixed bag. There are clients who want to do good work. There are clients who want to just go run of the mill.
Uh-huh.
And I think the industry is fortunate enough to have this balance. Else, we'll just go downhill. So now we have some very good clients who still believe ki idea is the hero rather than just churning out stuff from AI. Because
Yeah.
AI, with the current perception, AI is like its costs. It saves a lot of cost. It's you can work on a lean army of people,
Mm.
and it gives you few amazing things in lesser time. But still, so people are in that trap of doing a lot of, if I can put out that word, it's a lot of shit that's going it's happening in the market today. But still there are brands, thankfully, who are doing good stuff. They know ki idea is the king. They want to do it the more traditionally way. So yes, there is hope, but with the time ticking away, more and more people are using AI as a tool to do some very substandard stuff. So, but yes, it's a mixed balance of works that happening.
So when I still remember Ankur, there were times, when client used to say that, make it more creative, when you present a work to a client, he will say, make it more creative. Without knowing what it means, how does it impact a creative person is very well clear to you and to me. But with the era of artificial intelligence next door, do you think making it's also helping the creative army to probably create more versions of the same creative to make it impressive and then push it and let it grow, because at the end of the day even agencies are now running short of obviously the money has gone down, it has shrunk to a next level, and then the team has shrunk to a next level, and expectation of the market is that you act more smarter, and there has been a very deep difference and gap between the work life balance, which is expecting, I'm sure you must also be experiencing the same, and many of the other people who are around in the industry have been talking about all this. So there, do you think AI can really make a life easier as well?
Um, AI, yes, it has brought a lot of change, as you said. You know, it has sped up the work. And with AI, a lot of people are queued on to AI. It will
Mm,
be false to say ki, there are people who don't know AI. There are
mm.
people who everybody knows AI and what AI
Knows
is
that.
capable of doing. So yes, as I said, when the work is done faster with minimum of intervention, so clients and also agencies and also whoever is on the brink of doing businesses, they know key, it can be done easily, more faster. I can't vouch for accuracy, because
Yeah.
AI does make mistakes. So
Yeah.
we have to be really concerned about, what are you trying to set out in the market in terms of message or brand promotion. So yes, a lot of things are there, but yes, we are in for an interesting time as we move ahead. So I don't know. In the next podcast, I think there'll be two robots named Siddharth and Ankur sitting and doing podcast. So, so
I'm sure
that's a near possibility that I can see.
no, with AI coming next door, now the brands are also become very smart. Most of the things that they try to do themselves. So, has that made our job easier or really tougher? I mean, it's a very simple and very, focused question to you.
See, it's done both actually.
Acha.
It's easier because the work is being done fast, and actually, if you look at it from a brighter way, you can do a lot of things. Now ki, okay, I have a very strong tool, so it also is also helping people open up their minds. So in a way, yes, it has also kind of pulled the plug out of the innovations that we had. Key, will we be able to do it, or what? What's next? Is it possible? Is it possible? Like a typical VFX, for example, or creating some magic out of pictures. Initially, we used to take the picture, put into post production. All your animation used to happen, so it used to take days and days, right? So you know it very well.
Yes,
So
yes.
now it's just a matter of minutes, You have some idea, you just type it out, get the picture, put it in AI, get the right tool with some money investment,
And
and you can see the magic happening. So in that ways, yes, AI is doing good, and also it kinds of tells you, it's time to open up and think more, do more. But yes, it's scary. Ki, lot of things AI can do it on by by itself. So a lot of jobs are going down. People are redundant with skills. But yes, I would say it again 100 times or maybe million times. I think that whole ideation bit, that human touch, human drive has to be always there.
there.
Be-
But understanding now, looking at the future of creative professions, I mean, it's very important.
And future advertising, again, I would say we are moving more and more digital, more personalized, more immersive. We are spending less time at home and more time outside home.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
if you understand, I mean, we're spending much less time with our families and focus more on creative and, understanding those
yeah,
AI tools
I
which will
think,
deliver us
yeah, I
next
think as
level.
humans, we are becoming lonelier by the day. So we are
Yes.
trying to find an escape. So digital is the space where we can escape. We can just
Yeah.
shed our identity and we can do things that people won't have thought of doing in maybe say last in a 10 years back or down the line. So
Yeah.
advertising also, marketers also, clients also are trying out new things.
So
Ki,
evolution is happening. It's happening. One question which comes to me, Ankur, here is that there are new entrants to the industry. People who wants to join as creative writers, designers, brand strategists. What one piece of information that you would tell those entrants? What they should focus on while entering the industry, and how they can stay more relevant in the AI era.
I think they shouldn't stop learning.
Okay.
They should be, it's see, AI also is giving, AI is also opening doors to learning, because
Yeah.
AI at the end of the day, it's a tool, as I say. you know if you think from point A it's going to replace you, then it's going to replace you. If you think it's a tool that will help me do better, then you can do it. See, it's all perception, as I
I
say.
was I was coming to that question only. It's good you are answering. My question came very straightforwardly. It is you want to tell them to learn that tool and never lose your thinking
Exactly.
because your thinking is
Exactly.
going to
So
command.
so
Is that
it's
what you're
like
trying to say?
it's like best of both the world. It's like you have your understanding, you have your point of view or knowledge or
Mm,
whatever, and here you have AI. That's an all powerful tool. So when you merge it, so
mm,
there's a potent mix of thing that you can actually bring on the table. So I think learning from my, when I'm saying ki never stop learning, is ki to keep yourself sharp and also be adapt to the, the tool that's there. So I think
New
we
things
need
which
to
are
come.
coming. Yeah.
So it's like typical when it's like our food habits. You know,
Mhm.
when McD's came to India, it didn't survive
Yeah.
for a reason, because
Yeah.
it was seen as an American brand, so it didn't survive in India. So
True.
when they came back to India, so it started making paneer burgers or
Yeah.
masala tikka burgers. So it adapted to that market,
Aloo
right?
tikki burger and all that.
आलू टिक्की बर्गर्स एंड व्हाटएवर. सो पीपल स्टार्टेड कि ओके ये अमेरिकन बर्गर है बट इसमें इंडियन टेस्ट है, खा के
Indian.
देखो, इट्स अमेजिंग. सो आई जस्ट ट्राइंग टू गिव अ मेटाफर कि यू हैव योर सेट ऑफ ब्रेन,
Yeah.
amazing things that you've got, and
Yeah.
here is a tool,
Yeah.
combine it and see the magic happen. So I think so you should not stop pushing yourself in terms of how you're learning things or how you're gathering things. Plus, we should also be aware about how what's AI up to, or
Mm.
how you can use AI. So
True.
don't let the AI do things for you, but you have to work together. It's like a relationship, right?
Yeah. So it's more like, um, keep learning new tools as the industry is changing.
Be adaptive, be
Probably
smart.
you had GPT, you had Cloud A, you had Perplexity, and so many others which are coming. Perhaps every now and then, if you look at the system, you go to your YouTube, you go to explore more about AI, you will find every day a new tool is coming for a different reason. Okay, but one thing, as you suggesting then, is never stop learning. And second, better takeaway for
and
from this episode
and
is that never leave your thinking. Go
and
zero.
also and also one piece of advice will be key: don't be so kind of taken aback back. AI is doing a lot of things. I think
Uh,
you have to just stick to the stuff that you need, and you don't have to be overpowered by thinking that there's so much to do. Just
mm,
stick to what you know, how you can
yeah,
do, and how you can deliver. That's it.
true.
Because I think the magic will happen, because I think somewhere down the line, we are not going to be redundant.
Yeah.
I'm sounding like an optimist, but yes, this is how we are as
How
humans.
we have survived for so many years. I mean, let's understand it that way. We have
Yeah, we
evolved
have we have survived
after
world
50,
wars, we have survived
yeah,
COVID,
Corona
and
kind of
yeah.
disease
There
and
was
all
this
that.
millennium scare, I think 26 years back, when we were switching from 1999 to 2000. So there was this whole scare about ki there'll be some millennium bug from somewhere,
Mm.
Timbuktu, coming to your computers and spoiling things.
Yes.
But it didn't
Y2K
happen. So
problem. Y2K problem. That was called Y2K.
Y2K, correct. So
Yes.
I think AI, people shouldn't be fearing AI,
Mm.
because I think that fear cycles is also driving people nuts. What is AI going to do? People are just clueless. They're just running around like headless chickens. So I think if it's a tool, just hold it and see how we can use it to your better thing. It's like phone. Normally, if you see how phones have evolved. Initially, it was just for calling. Then
Mm.
they say, let's what else it can do. You can
Mm.
do your banking, you can do your traveling, you can do your dining, you can do your shopping, you
And
can.
number. You can even do photography.
Sorry.
You can even do photography now with phones.
Yeah. So initially it was just for talking, and now
Just
see what it has turned to. So same here. So you have a tool called AI. So it's up to you how you use it.
yeah.
If you want to become the slave of AI, most welcome. If you want to master the AI, most welcome. If you want to work with AI, so there are three scenarios. So
Yeah.
there are no fourth way. So it's like be a slave, work with it, or kind of.
Master it also. Maybe
Yeah.
probably think of creating another AI which will do something, another very creative, another new era that probably can help. And as we say that it is a human thinking that defines value. So perhaps you're right there, and I really appreciate. From here we have certain questions for you, which comes as a rapid fire round that I would say. So I would need a very quick answer.
Yeah, yeah.
So, understanding from you, we have AI is an opportunity or a threat.
It's an opportunity.
Copy something or design something.
Sorry, come again.
So, you either you copy or you design.
I think we should design, not copy.
So, when we say viral, yeah, value, which is more
Value.
important.
Value all the time.
So, one brand doing it right today.
There are number of brands, but I think influencers, I would call the human influencers the trending brands today, because I think people are fancying more about influencers rather than brands. You know,
So, we're saying influencers, right? Let's
yeah, influencers are the I think the
new
people are
brands.
pursuing. Yeah, yeah. The whole
Inf-
Gen Z is kicked about influencers.
yeah, yeah.
People are talking influencers. Even the stars are wary about influencers. So yes,
So one thing creatives must stop doing today.
again, learning, or I think they should stop fearing and just go
Stop
out.
wearing. So must do learning.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
One skill that will never die.
Keep dreaming. I think dreaming is a skill now, because I think we have to be hopeful, because I think
So it's
we
it's
all.
more like you're saying your habit becomes your skill. If that becomes one thing, it's gonna be very effective, right?
Yeah, I think we have talked about all the skills, but I think we in last few years we have stopped talking about our real thinking skills, like being hopeful, being adaptive or something. So I think these are soft skills that we need to have. Being hopeful. I think we should not be giving up at this moment.
Yeah.
Or maybe 10 years down the line.
Never gave up for so many years. We have never gave up for so many generations. How can we give up now? You have to understand we never gave up to Corona, which came, which and went off. Even if we say that today
No,
it exists within us,
it
but
had
then
precautions. It had
yeah,
precautions, but I think AI also has its own thing.
yeah.
So
So yes. So one final question, which is for you now, in our world full of AI generated content, what will make a brand truly stand out?
I think the brand should stick to what it believes rather than just giving into what others are saying. It's like, see, every brand is a human being, right? So it's always says ki listen to yourself, listen to your heart, and don't let what's happening around you affect you. If you're a true brand, we know what you're selling and what you're trying to do. I think just keep on following that, because see, one thing people say, start following trends, but trends are very temporary. Both the word starts with a T, temporary and trends. So it'll just stay on for a few days and it'll just go away. But I think there's this question about viral or value. So value is something which is always etched onto you. So you're known by what values you bring, right?
True.
Because you're not known by the kind of clothes you wear. You'll be known by the person you are.
Yes, true, true. So
So
one thing, yeah,
I think the
please.
brands will be always remember so what it stood for rather than what flavors it brought to the market. So
True.
Nike is always known by the name, not by the kind of shoes. Because if I ask you, there'll be like 30, 40 types of shoes. You'll not be able to name them, but you know
Yeah,
Nike.
Nike,
So
correct.
say HUL or say whatever, you know,
Mm,
or Tata for example.
yeah.
So I think it's always the value. It's always what you believed in holds true for you rather than whatever gimmicks you play out in the market. So same goes for AI. So
So one thing is quite clear to us as we proceed in whatever discussion we had uh, from AI versus creativity point of view. Maybe the future is not AI versus humans, or maybe it's AI with humans. Who knows how it's going to shape in tomorrow's date. But one thing which is very clear is that we all will have to evolve as a better human, and that is only going to happen when we accept technology in its right direction, right way, and right weight.
correct.
So here, from the brand side, we don't just talk brands. We don't just decode what actually build them, but we actually do what is actually needed by the industry,
Right.
from the industry, by the industry. So from here, Siddharth S. Nair signing off with Ankur, of course. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
all of you,
It was
for
lovely
watching.
talking to you.
And
It's a
I'm
pleasure.
sure our audience would have enjoyed this talk. And I request you to please like, subscribe, and share. And I'm sure it's going to help every one of us who's from industry, who's looking at the industry, and people who get motivated from industry. So with that, we sign up for the brand side. And thank you very much for watching us. And we see you until then. in the episode, yet another episode with Ankur. So much thank you, Ankur.
Thank
And
you so much, Siddharth.
I really
Thank you so much.
appreciate your time and value you added to our audience's
Thank you.
thoughts, and I'm sure it will evolve. It will make them evolve better and help every one of us to be a marching army for the advertising industry.
Sure. Thank you. That
Thank you
was
so
lovely.
much.
Thank you,
Bye.
Siddharth.